Hi Pisces, and welcome to your July predictions reading. We're going to be having a look at what the month of July has in store for you. Now, before we get into it, this is a general reading. So if you were looking for something more love focused, I do have a love predictions reading up for you on my channel from mid-June to mid-July, and I'll be doing the mid-July ones very soon, so I recommend you subscribe to stay informed. Let's get into it, Pisces. Spirit, what can Pisces expect for the month of July? Let's pull three main cards to have a look at your three key themes in the month of July for you. What is going on for Pisces in the month of July? We have the Tower reversed. What are the key themes for Pisces in the month of July? We have the Magician reversed, and this Magician card is also coming out with the King of Swords reversed. What are Pisces' main themes in the month of July? We also have the Five of Cups reversed. Interesting. At the back of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. So straight away, I'm seeing a lot of conflict and challenges here. Now, when I say this, I don't mean for you to get scared or nervous, sweets. These are the kinds of conflicts and challenges that arise in day-to-day life. So it feels like for me, your cup is very shallow in the month of July. There's only so much you can take. It feels like you're going to need to be very aware of how little you have to give, okay? So if people are making demands on you or asking a lot from you, I see you not having a lot to give, and I see you needing to be more mindful and aware of the fact that for some reason you're already feeling very overwhelmed in the month of July. You need to be very protective over what you have to give. And that also comes into alignment with you being careful about what you prioritize. With the Five of Wands as your bottom deck energy, it makes me think that some of these situations are only competitively challenging because you've got too many energies around you. You're either comparing yourself unhelpfully to a situation or a person, or you're in a situation where you feel like you need to compete for attention, or you need to kind of compete to be heard or seen. I think that the situations that you're in could be made a lot simpler if you just go to the head or to the source or to the kind of root of the situation. Either going to the key figure in that position and having a conversation with them so that your needs are being met, or you just go to the root of the problem and realize that maybe some of these voices don't need to be heard or seen. Maybe not all of these people are necessarily important in this situation. There's a feeling here of prioritizing your energy in July so that you're not burning out because your cup is already very shallow, sweets. Let's have a look at your first theme. We have the Tower card in reverse. So Pisces, this feels like you are still picking up the pieces of something that's happened in June. A key point here is there was something very sudden or unexpected that happened in June or earlier in the year, and in July, you're still trying to figure out how to cope with this, how to move forward with this, and how to rebuild from this. I see you needing to make certain changes in your life to cope with this sudden change, which may be very devastating for some of you, or it could just be very unexpected for others of you. And there's just logistical issues here of what do I do first? How do I make this happen? Where do I kind of lay my first brick? Let's get tarot out to have a look at what this situation is about. Spirit, can you please clarify the Tower card? What is this Tower card talking about for Pisces, Spirit? What is this Tower card talking about? We have the Two of Swords. What is this Tower card talking about for Pisces, please, Spirit? In the month of July, we have the Four of Wands. What is that Tower card talking about? All over the place. We have the Queen of Swords. You got a lot of swords here. One more card. What is that Tower card talking about? The card that I'm going to take is the one that flipped over, which was the Three of Swords. So for some of you, this was very devastating news, or this was very sudden information that made you feel sad. Now, Otherwise, this is information that made it impossible for you to go back to something. You feel, the King of Pentacles, you feel like this situation has forced you to kind of step up and maybe take a more authoritative role or take more responsibility. I see that King of Pentacles as you assuming a level of responsibility or authority, or needing to kind of level up your circumstances. Now, some of you could be dealing with an earth sign or an air sign, but I'm going to use these kings and queens as their archetypes rather than people in your reading. So what I'm seeing with that Tower reversed is you're still picking up the pieces of something that has happened recently to you. You don't know what to do first. You don't know what step to take first or what decision to make. You're trying to stay intuitively connected so that you don't make a wrong move and so that you don't rush into something too soon. I do feel like you're trying to be mindful of what you can do or say in this situation, and for that reason I see you not doing a heck of a lot. Now, I think that this has to do with you maintaining the peace and trying not to overextend yourself or burn out. But I also see you just withholding your communication because you think it's going to make the situation get better and disappear, when actually I see the situation getting a lot more worse if you don't say anything. With the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords, I feel like you have assumed this position of like, oh, I'm just going to wait, and I'm just going to wait for the right time, and I'm just going to be really careful and not say too much. But I see the Queen of Swords as you biting your tongue and then making the situation more painful than it needs to be. I think that this situation is going to teach you that your whole life right now is expanding, and the situation is forcing you in a new direction. And I think that some of you are going to lose something in this situation in order to gain something else. Now, I do feel pain here. I don't know if it's your pain or if it's somebody else's pain towards you. Maybe this is the cross watcher that I'm reading for, who's feeling really sorry for you or sad about this situation with you. But I think with the Queen of Swords here upright, there is this feeling of you kind of holding your tongue, icing the situation out and just observing it from a distance, and it's causing more pain in that situation. What else can you tell us about this? The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Do you think that it's not your place or it's not the right time? You think that the situation is going to resolve itself with death. You're waiting for them to make a move for some of you or to make it obvious. And for others of you, you're genuinely focused on other things like your work or other areas of your life. Now, how do we feel about this, Spirit? What's going on here? Why is this? How do we feel for Pisces in this situation? I see why you're doing this, because you just want that harmony, that peace. But just be careful of accidentally giving the wrong impression here, because I see silence or just really sort of strategic, manipulative sort of communication. And I use manipulative in the sense of like it's calculated, it's well thought out. It doesn't mean that it has bad intentions, but you're being very careful about what you say and how you say it. So that's manipulating the communication. You're not just speaking freely. You're not just saying the first thing that comes to your mind. You're being very quiet, reserved, observant, and then you're talking. I see that having a sorrowful outcome. So I need to get advice. What is the advice for Pisces in this situation, please, Spirit? Trying to keep the peace. What is the advice for Pisces in this situation? This is interesting. Your advice has to do with your heart chakra, healing, and connecting to what matters. Spirit saying, what makes your heart beat faster? Believe the signals your heart sends you. When you learn to listen to your heart, you'll begin to follow it. So your advice is to follow your heart, sweets, to get out of your cold analytical energy and to do what you think is best in that situation, especially if you're dealing with a cold and analytical person, or you've received information that feels very cold and analytical. Do what makes your heart beat faster. Listen to your heart and begin to follow it, because I think that in that situation, you have to obviously put yourself first, Pisces, but you also have to be careful that you're not losing something or destroying something that you actually want to keep. That's what I'm worried about there, is that the Tower is already showing cracks in the foundations. So we're trying to rebuild something, or we're trying to put our lives back together over here, but we want to make sure that we're laying the right bricks down, we're focused on the right things, and that we're setting the right intentions into our tower moment, recreating what matters most to us. So that's what I'm seeing with the Tower moment. Very interesting, and I think we got a bit of cross-watcher energy there. But we're going to move forward, sweets. I can't unfortunately imagine that all of this is going to completely resonate with you, but I hope that one of these key themes definitely does. So let's move on to this King of Swords and the Magician. So there's a lot of manipulative energy around you when it comes to communication and saying what's on your mind. I see with the Magician reversed, you're losing confidence in your ability to stick to plans or to pull something big off. Now, this has to do with a decision you've already made, or needing to make a decision and it was delayed. It either feels like you should have made this decision ages ago, or you should have done or said something ages ago, and now it's just feeling like it's very delayed and you're losing confidence in your ability to make this situation successful with words. You feel like communication is not your strong suit here in July. And I think with the Magician first, some of you are just genuinely losing confidence in yourselves, Pisces. But with the King of Swords reversed, it's quite possible that somebody else's opinion of you is really impacting your ability to feel confident in who you are. You could be feeling like somebody else has a really bad judgment of you, like a bad sense of character. Like they're looking at you and just assuming that you're not going to be able to pull something off. And this is impacting your ability to create, to manifest, and to be successfully confident in what it is that you're doing. Spirit, what's going on over here with the Magician and the King of Swords for Pisces? What's going on over here with the Magician? We have the Three of Wands in the reverse position. We have that Five of Wands coming out again. What's going on over here for Pisces, please, Spirit? A lot of wands, a lot of swords. We have the Hermit reversed. One more card, please, for Pisces. We have the Fives. So there's so many fives in your energy. We have the Five of Swords, Five of Wands, Five of Cups, and that Tower, which also resembles change. So at the back of the deck, I'm seeing the Five of Cups again reversed. So I feel like you're trying to overcome a level of disappointment, and I see you trying to figure out how to get yourself out of a situation here that has had you feeling down and not recognizing yourself in a positive way. To put it bluntly, some of you are trying to get yourself out of a funk, out of a feeling of pessimism, or even feeling really low moods, heavy moods. I think with the Five of Cups reversed, you are actively trying to change your mindset in the month of July. You're either trying to really stay positive, or you're just trying to stay open-minded and not dwell on heavy down feelings. But I'm seeing over here that some of you are brushing through a lot of red flags along the way. I think with the Three of Wands reversed, we're kind of losing faith in our ability to have something that we've really wanted, and we're putting it on the back burner and trying to focus on something else instead. This could be somebody else's doing with the Five of Wands. Somebody else's influence could be causing our priorities to go awry. But there is also this feeling of challenging energy being around you, having this push, pull, tug of war around you. Either a lot of people are expecting a lot of things from you in July and making you feel like you don't have a lot to give, or it just feels like you are fighting people's expectations, fighting their opinions, and competing to kind of show your true self amidst all of this. That Five of Wands is a very chaotic energy, and it's a clear sign that you're giving too much energy to too many different things. You need to prioritize and focus more on what is important in that situation. Not everybody deserves to have an opinion on your life, but who matters to you and who should you be listening to in that situation. Now, for some of you with the Hermit reversed, you're failing to trust your own sense of judgment and guidance here, which is causing you to make decisions that are leading to you losing confidence in your ability to make decisions, to say the least. I do see you making some mistakes, and I use that word loosely because I don't believe in mistakes. I believe that everything we do is a reflection of us and what we wanted in that moment, either consciously or subconsciously. Mistakes are either learning curves or they are ways of dictating our reality one way or another. So I think that you're going to do some things here that were not of best judgment or sound judgment. And in July, you're feeling like you don't know who to trust and you're really struggling to stay grounded in your own sense of wisdom. Pisces, a lot of people in your lifetime will come to you for advice because you, at all stages throughout your journey, are not only a good listener and very receptive and intuitive, but throughout life you gain so much wisdom. You are such an easy listener, but you're also someone who gives really good advice. And for you to not be able to trust yourself in this moment, it's really going to impact the relationships around you, because when people realize, oh, Pisces isn't even able to give themselves advice right now, they're going to either take advantage of that or they're going to find it very difficult to be around you in that way. There's a feeling of you not being connected to who you truly are in July and floundering a little bit here. And while I think that this is all a part of the bigger picture of you coming back into yourself and rebuilding a stronger, better version of yourself, I also see it being very uncomfortable in the month of July, especially if you are prioritizing people, situations, relationships, behaviors that exacerbate that temporary chaotic energy of you floundering into who you truly are. For as long as you cling to that temporary phase of your life, you will never be able to ground this permanent, gloriously strong, successful structure of a tower that the universe is trying to help you create. So at this point in your reading, I'm getting a very clear message that Spirit is encouraging you to lay solid bricks, the foundations towards the future, towards the outcome that you want. And I say that loosely because I'm seeing that this tower doesn't need to be finished. We can keep building it for the rest of our lives. You're at a turning point here where everything you give attention and energy to is going to manifest as importance in your life. And if you give importance to fickle, fragile, incapable, or irresponsible things, people, behaviors, situations, then it's going to keep you stuck in fragile, destructible, chaotic energy. So I feel that that message won't apply to all of you, but for some of you, it really needs to be received. So with the Five of Swords, I see a social situation that's going to cause misfortune, somebody choosing to walk away, a win-lose situation here, a conversation that makes you feel less than, is impacting your confidence again, and this person isn't happy that they won, although this character looks very smug, because there is a feeling of wounding here. So either you're wounding with your words or lack of actions, because either you're walking away or you're saying something before you walk away, or somebody's doing that to you. And I believe that this is a resemblance of all that changeable, chaotic energy around you that is trying to form you into this diamond, but instead you're just focusing on the pressure. So let's get some advice for this Magician and King of Swords energy. For Pisces, what is the advice? We have third eye chakra. Sweets, this is your chakra. Pisces, Spirit is saying, let your dreams shift and shape just like your life shifts and shapes every day. Ask yourself every morning, am I shaping my life the way I want it to be? And that is exactly everything that I've just been saying to you. So if that message doesn't resonate, you may have messages in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I feel like Pisces who are meant to see that message are going to, because that's very confirmational in terms of what I was picking up on. So let's have a look at your last theme here, Pisces, the Five of Cups reversed, another five. Spirit indicating changes in your emotions, in your mood. I feel a lot of you really trying to pull yourself out of a funk here, really trying to stay positive. I'm not pessimistic, please. Positive. And I also think that you're going to be revisiting some old heavy feelings that you had previously worked through, because your mentality is very fragile in July, sweets. The other thing about that Five of Cups reversed is I feel some of you are genuinely overcoming a feeling of sorrow or loss. Not just disappointment, but loss. What is going on with that Five of Cups reversed, please, Spirit? We have Judgment coming out for you first in the upright position. What is coming out with that Five of Cups? We have the Eight of Swords reversed. I love this for you. You're setting yourself free over here. You're literally liberating yourself with information. You're in your energy, Ace of Swords, the High Priestess. This is beautiful, sweets. So at the back of the deck, we do have the Empress. So I do see a lot of you getting into a more nurturing energy, a more fertile energy of focusing on your prosperity, focusing on your values, focusing on your self-care routine for some of you, getting back into your routine that makes you feel good about yourself, that is very confirming towards your growth and your ideal direction. For some of you, this is about getting back to your roots, to what worked for you previously, and sowing those seeds again and harvesting the rewards again. I see a lot of you returning to something, and I feel like this is a positive way of being, a lifestyle that worked best for you previously. The Judgment card is telling me that, Pisces, this Five of Cups is about you getting some sort of awakening, some sort of news flash, a huge announcement, a huge broadcast, some big information coming your way that's stopped you in your tracks and made you go, damn, what the heck am I doing? Now, the thing about this information is it's very reinventive. It doesn't want you to feel like a sinner. It doesn't want you to blame yourself any more than necessary, because blame can only be taken so far as a helpful emotion when creating. It's really calling for you to look at the past as a source of, wow, this is what I would do differently if I had the chance, and then look at your present and go, there's my chance. Use your present as an opportunity to reinvent yourself into the person that you want to be in the future through the actions that you take today. And that's what this Eight of Swords reversed, Ace of Swords upright is encouraging in July. A major theme here is getting yourself out of a situation where you felt helpless or hopeless. Some of you are speaking up and speaking your truth. Others of you are not afraid to shy away from certain conversations that have made you feel small. And others of you are going to find new ways of thinking that help you see beyond your current limits and challenges. I think that with the Eight of Swords, you guys are rescuing yourself from a situation that you felt stuck in. And that Ace of Swords is saying that we're taking either new action or receiving new information that helps us break through this situation. With the High Priestess here, you're doing it all intuitively and connected to who you are as a person. You're not forcing yourself to take bold action in an uncharacteristic way. You're staying true to your nature, which at times is very passive and patient, while also being opportunistic. When the right thing comes your way, you're stepping towards it. When it's not your turn and you don't feel called to, you're not going to. So I see you being very in tune with your nature, with your characteristics of your personality, your introverted side for a lot of you, and just flowing with what feels best for you, taking chances when necessary, but mostly just being truer to who you are, allowing yourself to feel and allowing yourself to share some of those feelings and those thoughts when necessary in certain situations. So let's get some advice for you over here. What is the advice for that third theme when it comes to Pisces? What is the advice with the Five of Cups for Pisces, Spirit? Okay, yes. High Priestess energy, more third chakra, third eye, sixth chakra, seventh chakra energy. So we got the crown and the third eye in this card. Let me just see if it'll focus, please, Spirit. There we go. So this card says, relax, meditate, or do something simple in order to set your subconscious mind free. Be conscious of how your inner wisdom arises. You need to learn how to read all kinds of information on your journey towards your dreams, not just your thoughts or the assumptions of your rational mind. And that's the recurring problem throughout your whole July month. You're listening to people who have no business giving you advice. You're being too rational, too cold, too far removed from the situation, and you're allowing your rational mind to draw conclusions and assumptions that are not helpful towards you, towards how you see yourself, and towards your key relationships and situations. So this advice is very pivotal. This advice is encouraging you to be still enough. You don't have to meditate, and relax can be a trigger word because when somebody tells you to relax, it instantly incites stress. But you have to be still enough in order to pay attention to what your subconscious mind is saying, not the loud, intrusive thoughts, but those softer, stiller, quieter, calmer thoughts and conversations within yourself. Now, this is also encouraging you to pay attention to your experiences by saying, be conscious of how your inner wisdom arises. This card is saying, Pisces, you've lived a life already. You have enough experiences under your belt to know how to overcome these challenges. This is nothing compared to what you may have already been through. You can do this. You need to trust yourself more, and you need to give yourself credit for what you've been able to overcome thus far. Now, the other thing about this card is they're saying you need to learn how to read all kinds of information on your journey towards your dreams. So that's saying that some of the information is not as black and white as you've been treating it. You've got to learn to tap into your intuitive wisdom and read between the lines sometimes to pay attention to what that person is saying when they say these things, or what that situation is saying when it does these things. Paying attention to those intuitive hits. Trust your intuitive feelings and trust your gut instinct. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Pisces, when it comes to the month of July. I hope that was helpful. You're a very specific message. So if that didn't resonate 100%, be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising signs, or your Venus if you're into that. Please look after your beautiful self, Pisces. I've been talking very quickly. I've been even getting tongue-tied. So please take what resonates. Do not let the rest take from you. Take notes if that's helpful. Look after your beautiful self. Use information from this reading to help you get to where you need to be, where you deserve to be. And above all, just have a prosperous and abundant month ahead, sweets. I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye.